When people see my work, I just want them to see themselves. I want there to be enough space for empathy. I want them to see something that they can relate to or something that they admire. I want them to see a piece of themselves. I think that's the point of art, right? Literally every life experience is some kind of fodder for artwork. From an artist's perspective, our pieces are a sum of our experiences. But from a viewer's perspective, there's no reason that it can't be the same. But my approach with the animal figures, it's very gestural. And by that I mean like full body, often erratic movements. Like it takes all of my body to participate in. Very much the opposite of my figurative work. There's very little preliminary work. There is hardly ever color. I like to express movement. That's why I've been on this big bird kick recently, because there is something so fucking beautiful about trying to depict movement like a bird's wing in charcoal. I just think that's so much fun to play around with. For my animal familiar stuff, I typically work in monochromatic colors, a value scale of black and white. I have a subtractive method, sort of, or a subtractive approach with my animal familiars. I lay down my charcoal and then I'll go in with an electric eraser and pull those highlights out instead of adding them in with some other kind of like white substance, like a white charcoal or a white pastel or a cream pastel. Nothing additive. So white background, black charcoal, and then pull those features out of the charcoal with subtractive techniques. Why I do what I do, or how it started. Of course, I always had creative tendencies, but when I was like 16, 17, I was diagnosed with a chronic illness, actually described as the top 20 most painful conditions that a human can experience. It was just hard to cope for a lot of reasons. As I continued to get older, figure out who I am and figure out who I am in this illness and how all of these things can coexist, art became kind of a crucial element of that. Because it's physical pain, I felt very disconnected. My mind and body felt like two separate things. And the only place that I felt any kind of common ground was when I was doing art. Art became equanimity, a place, it became my white noise, honestly. It was a place where I could lose myself for hours and real life didn't matter. It was the only place that my mind and my body were not in conflict with each other. I hope that I will one day be a testament of someone who followed their passion genuinely. I don't know if I have a story to tell. I don't know if I have advice to give. I don't know if any of this really fucking matters. But I know that I have to believe that it matters. And I know that I have to believe. And one day I will have a story, and one day it will matter, and one day it will be interesting. And I guess that alone is the point. I don't even know that. Like I said, I do this because I have to, because it's a compulsion. Because if I don't, I feel like I'm gonna explode. Because I know nothing else that makes me this happy and feels like equanimity, like solace, like hope. There's nothing that I am this passionate about, and I have to believe that that means something.